Everyone, I just wanted to review some of the skills that we would have been developing as we were working through the S2 HTML tasks. And obviously, the place to start is week number 1. So, the first thing you were going to be doing was to download the files. So the idea was you would download the zip file and have that on your computer. Obviously, once it's downloaded, you do need to extract those files. So on Windows, I'm just right clicking, doing extract all. I'm going to extract them to the desktop of my computer. And I now have my site files folder ready to use. I no longer need the site file zip file, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And I now have my folder that I'm going to work on. Inside that, as I explained in the task, we've got a number of folders that we can make use of. When I'm working on the task, I'm going to save all of my HTML files into this folder. And it is important that we use this folder because we have things like images, other pages that we will all be making use of as well. So, to start, I'm just going to open up a notepad. Now, I would actually normally be typing this information in, but I'm just going to cheat a little bit and copy and paste it. And there is my first basic web page. The tag at the top tells the computer that the document is an HTML document. We then have the opening and closing HTML tags. That basically indicates that this is where the web page actually begins and this is where the web page actually ends. We then have a head section with again an open and a close. That's basically the header. A little bit like a Word document, it appears once at the top of our web page. Inside that, we set a title. Now the title isn't actually going to be displayed on the screen, and I'll show you that in a minute or two. We then have the body section. So the body is opened with this tag and closed with this tag. Anything in between the body is what will be displayed on our screen. We then, in this example, have an H1 tag and a close H1. So we have something called H1, which is heading 1. And I've just used the text my first heading. And then I've used P and the close P, that's for the paragraph. Now I've typed in all that information, I need to save the document and save the document into my folder that I just created. So when I save, I would go to File, Save As. I then have to go to my desktop, find my site files folder, open that up, and this is where I'm going to save the file. Now by default, the Notepad tries to save it as a text document. So I need to change that to all files. And then I'm going to give the website the name that we've decided, which was my first webpage.html, and it's important that I put the .html on the end, and then I press save. So the next step is to actually check that this is doing what I want it to do. Now that the web page is all saved and ready to go, I can actually view it. So I'm going to open up a web browser, in this case Microsoft Edge. I'm just going to move to the side a little bit. I can see my site files folder with my web page, and to view the web page, a nice quick and easy way of doing that is dragging it into the web browser window, and then we can see our web page being displayed. Now, to highlight a couple of the points from that, you can see at the top of the web browser, my first website, that matches the title. So whatever is in the title appears in the tab up here. Here we've got the H1, you can see my first heading. P, we've got the paragraph, my first paragraph. So now we've got the first web page up and running, and we can see it actually works, and we can see how the different tags match in with the different things we see on the screen. we can start experimenting a little bit. So we've got the H1 tag. I can try the H2 tag, and I can say something like this is heading 2, and then I have to remember and finish off that tag with the appropriate tag ending. I can then save the web page, and then if I go to the web page, I can actually just do reload, and then we can see heading 2, and we can actually see why heading 1 and heading 2 are different. And then we could repeat this process and try it for, say, heading 3. Again, I'll save it, I'll reload the page, and you can see how different types of headings are displayed differently on the screen. Of course, web pages are far more dynamic than this. So another one of the tags that we wanted you to try out in week 1 was a tag that can allow you to create a hyperlink. Now that's called an anchor, an A tag. And to use that, we do A, we do href, which is basically a way of telling the computer, I want you to look somewhere. So you do equals, some quote marks, and then you have to type in the web address. So www.w3schools.com. This is a link, and then I end with /A. So I've now inserted something called a hyperlink. When I save the web page, reload it, we can see the text that I've typed in, this is a link, is displayed on the screen. You can see it's blue, as you would see in most hyperlinks, and if I was to click on that now, it loads up the W3 Schools website. So you can take this and modify this and use this a number of ways. So if I was to just simply copy and paste, I'll change the hyperlink a little bit. So instead of W3 Schools, I'll just go to www.bbc.co.uk, and this is a link to the BBC. Save the web page, reload the web page. We've got the link to the BBC. And there was the BBC web page. Now you might notice, that looks a bit messy. It doesn't look very nice. There's no gap in between the hyperlinks. So what we can do is we can actually use a tag called BR, a break. Breaks don't require an end. It's just a single tag with BR in it. So I'll save it, then I'll reload the web page, and we can now see the text is on separate lines. The last thing to have a little go with is images. Obviously web pages have images all over them. So we're going to use the tag again, and this time it's the image tag, the IMG. And we have to tell the image tag the source of our images. So I'll do images, W3 schools.jpg. I use the Alt command just in case something went a little bit wrong with the web page and it didn't load up properly. It will help us find what image is not working. So I've got the image source, which is pointing to our image in our folder, the alt text. So again, I save it, I reload the web page, and we can see the W3 Schools image is now displayed on the screen. Again, if I wanted that to be on a separate line, I could use the break command, save the document, reload it, and we can see it's presented on the screen as we'd expect. And that is roughly where we should have been at the end of week number 1.